There are amazing guides that'll help you find success releasing fiction on Royal Road, but those are like maps. The actual route you take is going to be much more personalized. That's why I'm sharing with you how I'm planning to do it. Whether you're hoping to learn more yourself or supporting me in my journey, it's going to be a fun ride. I started out on this publishing adventure. Don't interrupt. I started out on this publishing adventure intent on becoming traditionally published. I wanted a big company to take care of all the busy work for me. But the more I learn, that doesn't seem like the best path forward for me. Since I'm an unproven author, agents are skeptical, and I can't really blame them. If I can build an audience first through a platform like Royal Road or through self-publishing, that completely changes the equation. What draws me to Royal Road in particular is it'll bring eyes to my work. I can use that opportunity. Dude, come on. I can use it to get feedback and consider editing choices. With enough interest, I can even monetize it on Patreon. And once I serialize the entire story, I can release it as an ebook, do a print run, and even record an audiobook. I like how I'm not dependent on only one thing to succeed. And eventually, if agents take interest, I'll be in a much better position to negotiate. So what do I have to do now to give myself the best chance of succeeding on Royal Road? This is my checklist. First off, some logistics. How much writing do I have that I can share? If you serialize on Royal Road, the audience typically expects you to release 2 to 5 chapters a week, and those chapters should be about 2,000 words. The book I have done is 85,000 words, and I have about 11,000 words written for the second book. So all in total, I have roughly 48 chapters written. Some of that needs to be edited. Users recommend releasing a large chunk to kick off interest in your story. So let's say I rapidly release 10 chapters. That leaves me with 38. If I'm releasing twice a week, that gives me 19 weeks to stay ahead of things. If I release 3 times a week, that's only 13. Some authors may be extremely prolific, but I wouldn't say that I am. I want a comfortable buffer. I don't want to create unnecessary pressure on myself or rush the process. One common adage is authors are either pantsers or planners. They either let the writing steer them, or they meticulously plot their story. I'm something else. I'd compare my process to a rain barrel. You put it out there, and it slowly fills up, accumulating inspiration to draw upon. I may have to challenge that process. That said, I've been writing a lot recently, and I hope to keep up that momentum. The next question is there interest on Royal Road for a story like mine? Fantasy is loved on the site, but that is a broad genre. So let's use the advanced search features on Royal Road to see if there's a story that might be similar to mine. I selected the genre, then I added tags specific to my story. I put in high fantasy, multiple lead characters, progression, magic, and strategy. I then excluded, not because I don't like them, but because they don't apply to my story, lit RPG, portal fantasy / isekai, and urban fantasy. Using those advanced search settings, I found some potentially good matches, which is encouraging. There is a market for my kind of story on Royal Road. Here are some examples. This one is progression, strategy with multiple lead characters. That's a good sign. And look at these ratings. They're very strong. Here's one that seems close, but not the exact same kind of story I'm trying to tell. This one looks like it primarily focuses on 2 characters. My cast is a little more expansive. This one seems to have more of an epic scope than some of the others, so that might be a suitable comparison. Here's another that focuses on 2 characters. And finally, here's one that may not be a perfect match, but does have some similar elements. It draws upon D&D and has non-human characters in it, something my book does as well. Now that I have 5 comps, I should do some homework. I should read some of these for starters. I should also take a close look at their artwork and how their blurbs are drawing readers to them. All of these were quite successful on the site, so there's a lot I can learn. On the flip side, I shouldn't only look at the stories that have done well. When I reversed my search order, I found some comparable stories that didn't get much attention at all. So what can I do to avoid having a similar fate? The next bit may sound very critical, but that's not my intention. I'm not trying to tear down anyone, and I commend all these authors for putting their work on Royal Road. A common theme I'm noticing between these is that the title doesn't stand out and the artwork isn't very engaging. In many cases, it's simple or it's AI generated. Like I talked about in a past episode, you really want your cover to grab attention. Contrasting the blurbs between the successful stories and these unsuccessful ones will also teach me a lot. That's another major part of having a good first impression. But perhaps the biggest difference is the number of ratings. So what can I do to try to prevent that? My plan is to engage with the site and become a genuine member of the community. I need to read stories, I need to review them, and I need to participate on the forums. I think I'll come across as much more authentic if I put in that work first before asking people for favors, namely in respect to review swaps or shoutouts. I think it sends a very different message to tell an author, hey, I loved your story and I wrote you a great review. I'd really appreciate it if you return the favor, versus, I'll write you a good review, but only if you do the same for me. Obviously, you've got to start somewhere, and an initial push can be critical, but you don't want to be ruthless. A great question I saw on Reddit is, how honest should you be if you do a review swap? And I really like this response. If your review is going to tank their rating, just don't do it. Find someone else to swap with. Or be tactful and mention those criticisms in private. While looking for comparable titles on Royal Road, I noticed some trends in the ratings. A 3-star review seems to be terrible, 4-star seems to be okay, and a 5-star rating seems to be good. There's not a wide distribution of ratings, they're very clustered towards the top. And I think that's why giving anyone less than a 4-star review when you're doing a swap is very discouraged. One of the last boring logistical things I need to do is register the copyright for my story. You can do that on this government site by clicking Literary Works. A lot of people, especially online, will tell you when you create something, you automatically receive the copyright. And while they're correct, that doesn't mean you can enforce it. In the US, you have to register a copyright before you can sue someone for a violation. Since it's only about $45, there's no way I can justify not doing this. I also think broadcasting that it was officially registered will deter some people from stealing your story. That said, some piracy is inevitable. Yarr. The best you can do is cover your bases, primarily by registering your copyright. Now for some fun stuff. Cover art. If you want more information, I have another video going into great detail, but this is my approach when trying to find an artist, especially a freelancer. Being able to clearly articulate what you envision is critical, but it's not always easy for someone who isn't a visual artist to explain what they want. I know this from work in professional sound. I've had clients ask me, make that sound a little rounder. What does that mean? Or put in a sound for this beam of light. What does light sound like? I know they have something in mind, but they need to explain it to me. So for any visual artists I hire, I want to do them the courtesy of explaining what I want very clearly. And comps are a great place to start. My book is called The Witch's Weave, and I envision a witch's hands with some kind of thread, yarn, or string depicting the characters between them. This cover comes somewhat close. Forget the witch in the center. The branch-like hands are pretty close to what I'm thinking. So if I present this with my prior description, they have a great place to start. Here's an example of a pre-made cover that I think is pretty great. If my story was focused on a witch, this might be good to go. I like the color palette, the design, the color of the text, everything's working for me. The only problem is my story involves a witch, but it's not only about a witch. This is too centered on a witch protagonist. I also have to be very careful about what my cover is suggesting to readers. If they expect dark fantasy instead of high fantasy, that's going to be a problem. If they expect a story about a single character, but it focuses on a larger cast, that's also a problem. The tone has to be just right. This one's a bit busier, but it does have the two hands, so I think there's elements I could explain from this. I really like the color, the imagery, and the weaving element of this one. It's not a one-to-one fit, but I think this is coming close to something that would work for me. And finally, this one isn't quite right, but the general aesthetics are quite close. I love the font, I love the color, I love some of the imagery, the framing of it. There's a lot I could use here to explain what I want for my cover. Now, where does that leave us? I have a lot of work to do. The biggest obstacle I have is the cover. I need to find an artist and get on that process. That could take weeks. The copyright registration is something I can do right away and an easy task to cross off my list. I find if I have a lot of items on my to-do list, getting a few of the easy things off of it really helps motivate me. I also plan to use whatever time I spend on reading for my own enjoyment on Royal Road, finding authors I like. That helps me in a lot of the ways that I detailed earlier. I'll be more familiar with what works, how best to present it, become a member of the community, and start to network. And last but not least, I need to keep writing. It can be hard to juggle all of these things, but I find the writing really inspires me and makes it easier to do all the rest. If any of you watching are undergoing a similar journey, or have already done so, let me know how you did it or what you plan to do. I'll keep you all posted on my next steps, and very soon, my story will be posted on Royal Road, available for you to read.